Last time, we used clear context and reason to find the third side of a puzzling miracle, moving from a literal talking baby to a story about wisdom triumphing over arrogance. That's our method, stepping back from opposing narratives to find the coherent, often deeper truth. Today we apply that same third side analysis to perhaps the most emotionally charged conflict in theology, the concept of God's wrath and judgment. Is it the fiery anger of a deity, or is it a profound metaphor we've been misreading for centuries? The surface reading is clear and terrifying. An angry God sends floods, fire, and eternal torment. This narrative has been used to inflict deep fear, shame, and control. But it creates an irreconcilable conflict within Scripture itself. How can a God consistently defined as perfect justice, unwavering mercy, and absolute love also be subject to human-like vengeful rage? Is the divine character split in two?
Let's examine the words themselves. Biblical wrath, orge, is less about a hot temper and more about a settled, judicial opposition to evil. It's the necessary posture of justice against injustice. In the Quran, divine wrath, ghadab, is consistently tied to the removal of grace and guidance from those who consciously choose corruption after truth is made clear. These terms aren't primarily describing an emotion in God. They are describing a resulting state of existence for creation. Falling under wrath means entering the destructive reality that follows the choice of falsehood over truth, injustice over justice. It's a prophetic diagnosis of consequence. Take the flood. Literally, God loses patience and drowns the world. But let's apply a third side analysis. The flood is the prophetic metaphor for the inevitable, catastrophic collapse of such a society. It's not an arbitrary punishment. It's the natural end of a system built on a foundation of injustice. The ark is the principle of righteous order preserved through that collapse. The story is a warning. Violate the fundamental laws of human dignity, and societal ruin is not a punishment. It's a consequence.
Then there's hell, Jahannam, Gehenna, literally a pit of fire where sinners are tortured. The third side analysis asks, what was Gehenna? It was a real valley near Jerusalem, a site of child sacrifice, later a perpetually burning garbage dump. It was a symbol of utter corruption, shame, and wasted life. To be cast into Gehenna is to be relegated to the garbage heap of history by one's own choices. The fire is the consuming, self-destructive nature of hatred, greed, and selfishness. The worm that does not die is the unending agony of a guilty conscience. This is not a sentence imposed from the outside as much as it is a state chosen from the inside. The gates are locked from within. It describes the spiritual death that can begin in this life.
Pulling this together, we see a coherent third-side truth. The wrath of God is the prophetic term for the built-in moral architecture of creation. Just as ignoring gravity brings physical injury, ignoring justice, compassion, and truth brings spiritual and social ruin. Divine judgment is not a future courtroom event. It is the constant, present process where reality reveals the true nature of our choices. We are judged by the fruits of our actions, here and now. This removes the contradiction of a capricious God and places ultimate responsibility squarely on us. The prophet's warning is not, God will get angry and hurt you, but if you continue on this path, you will destroy yourselves. Here is the way of life. Now, this interpretation focuses on what these metaphors mean for our lives in this world. It explains the suffering and chaos we see as the fruit of collective human choices. This in no way negates the profound belief, which I share, in ultimate divine justice and the reality of the soul's journey beyond this life. How we understand divine comfort, pleasure, or torment for the soul is a deep and separate conversation, one we will explore in a future segment with the same careful, third-side analysis. For now, understanding wrath and judgment as metaphor empowers us. It transforms fear of God from terror of a supernatural punisher into a profound respect for the inescapable laws of moral cause and effect. It is the ultimate foundation for ethical, responsible living. We are called not to appease an angry Father, but to align ourselves with the very fabric of justice and love that sustains the world. Does this third-side view resolve the conflict for you? How does it change your reading of these texts? Share your perspective below. If this method of seeking a neutral, evidence-based perspective makes sense, it's the core of what we do. For help applying this third-side thinking to personal or professional conflicts, explore the link to the Veritas platform in the description. Next time, we'll decode another famous and misunderstood story. What did it really mean when Jesus created a bird from clay? I'm Explore, and this is Veritas Explore. Stay curious.